Clay usually just lets it roll for like a hot 20 minutes and then
At some point, he'll just be like, "Welcome everybody to the podcast," and then
I think it's good though, Clay. I think it's good.
No, it is a good way to do it, but it's always like I'm
great,
afraid to
it's always
talk
funny.
because like obviously I feel more laid back when we're not actually recording, but then I don't want to be talking if I'm not sure that I'm recording, and we probably are right now. So
You should keep doing it. Welcome to the podcast,
I understand those
everyone.
concerns. But yes, welcome everybody back to the Wavelengths podcast. This is episode 14, I believe. I'm your usual host. I'm Clay, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, Best Hair and Halo, all that. Cole and Justin are here. And we're joined by our second guest ever in the history of the Wavelengths podcast, literally ever and forever. It's the e-girl, the myth, the legend, Lady Echidna. What's good, Jenny?
Nothing much. Hanging out with the boys.
Kicking it with the boys.
Kicking it with the boys.
I was waiting for the band to hit it, like Lady Jennifer.
Yeah, we don't have. Nah,
edit that in there.
That's what I was gonna say.
Put it in there.
We don't have a jingle
We need a
yet, bro.
button. At some point, we're gonna have a nice soundboard, and it'll be great.
Facts.
We'll
That's
put a whole bunch of cartoon noises in there where they don't.
whenever
where
we
they
are
leave.
rocking with the CX Studios. Whenever we have everybody, on the couch, on the CX couch, and we're all chilling.
I
See,
like the CX. That makes me uncomfortable. But once we have all that stuff,
The
then
CX
we can
quarter.
invite Nick.
I knew
Then
Justin
we
had
can
some
invite Nick.
shit to say
Yeah,
about the
because it
casting
needs
couch.
to be formal for Nick.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Big-
so I don't know why I decided to take the lead here because I didn't really know how to transition this, but we have Jenn here, which is obviously different than usual. So, Jenn, why don't you kind of tell us who you are? My question is actually, how did you get into all of this, and how did you get to where you are now, where you're sitting on our podcast? Now that you've hit the
Yo,
major
where the
leagues
fuck
in this
did you come
podcast.
from? Who do you know here, bro?
Well, in 1995, my parents. Well, I started streaming about like 4 years ago with like the regular Xbox, no cam, nothing, just hopped on, drank, and played BTV. And then,
Hell yeah.
yeah, started investing in more stuff, got a Connect, eventually started streaming off my laptop, and then just got a PC, and eventually hit Twitch partner and Grassroots partner about like 4 years into streaming. So it's been a road, mostly
But
not sober, but
You've been a Halo
Hell
fan
yeah.
forever.
yes, since 2001 when the first
Right.
Halo came out. Yeah.
Nice. You have older siblings, right? So you play with them?
Yes, my older brother was obsessed. He and his friends would just play it all the time. They'd bring their Xbox over in backpacks with like a little bubble, like I don't know, like a 20-inch TV or something. But good time.
Those are the
But,
vibes,
yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
LAN parties. You used to have to get all the Ethernet cables and plug it up and all that to get set it up. I did it a few times when I was in high school with the 360 and Halo 3, but yeah, we got to without split screen. Like one time, I'm saying like we at one point had like eight boxes up, 8 monitors, and it was awesome. But like half the people there weren't very good because they were just like, yeah, I'll come and I can bring my stuff, So it's just like a couple of us that like actually played, and then a bunch of people are just like kind of having fun. But it's cool.
My homie that I knew from elementary school would do like these. He had one of those families that like they had a big ass house and like they like to host and like they like to be the one that like threw all the parties and shit. They had like a big ass New Year's party every year, and since we were all fucking gamers, we would just go do like LAN parties and shit. And so they'd have like 30 people over, and it'd be like 30 like 9 through 14-year-olds, and everybody would like LAN big team Halo 2 and shit. We'd be playing like One Flag on Waterworks and like stupid shit, like Headlong and all that shit. So I have like a bunch of memories of like 4 or 5 years in a row on New Year's playing like Halo 2 on the quad screen with everybody posted up. But that was about the extent of my LAN experience when I was a little kid. But that shit was vibes. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I mean, shit was a lot of fun. Justin was always playing COD back then, so he didn't get to experience any of that.
Fucking casual. Oh my
I
god.
played split screens with my friends, and we listened to the Recovery album every day. That's what it was. That was the summer vibe.
I mean, that's lit. That sounds
That
fun.
doesn't sound that bad actually.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Jenn, did you like Halo 5 as it launched? Did you like play it the whole time? and then
No, I didn't.
So what
Nah,
made you like start streaming Halo 5 specifically?
Well, I used to play MCC, and I tried playing H5 because I saw my brother play it, and he's like, "Yo, this is really fun. Get it." And I was like, "Word, like, let me try." I couldn't like thrust slide. I couldn't clamber things. Like I just didn't understand. I was like, "Why is there so much going on in this game?" And I quit it. And then eventually gave it a second chance once MCC started pissing me off. I was like, you know what? I'll try H5. Like I've been watching people play it. Like it doesn't look that bad, but and I got hooked. So here I am. What, like 5 years later, still playing this game.
Damn,
Yeah.
it's
right there with you. Yeah.
5
Yep.
years later, 6 years later, however long it's been.
Even though
Yeah.
it
You
sucked,
could have got out. You
That's right,
could have
even
been
though-
out.
Justin got out the
couldn't
game,
even
bro.
gotten into the
I got
first
out the
place,
game.
dude.
Justin
I got
sold his
out.
whole
No,
ass box.
it's a really frustrating game to play, obviously,
Lord.
but like I don't know, like, and I mean this in the least cringe way possible, but like there really is just nothing else quite like it, and that's the reason why I'm still playing it, because I've tried to like entertain the idea of streaming more MCC and stuff, and I always get bored after like day 3 because I just like how you can move.
Because
in Halo
it's not
5.
like crack. And Halo 5 is like crack.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people like it, but for me, it was just like I don't know. At first, I didn't like the game, but I don't really know why I got hooked on it. I don't know. At this point, though, it's definitely the movement. I can't get away from that. Like that's why I really, really like it.
Movement, the skill gap. It's
It's
like
so nice.
fucking
The skill
art.
gap's crazy high.
And
Yeah,
don't tell nobody I
the-
said
like-
that, because I bitch about Halo 5 publicly, but
I
Game's
bitch about it a lot.
fucking
Too,
good.
but
Yeah.
like, yeah, the fluidity and smoothness in the movement, it's like nothing else. I don't know. I just like it. It's fun, and then COD's fun too until it's not. So
until it's not.
that's how that
No,
goes.
it's
Yep.
not. It always has an expiration date.
Yeah.
As
I mean,
Hey,
do
did
Jen
you
and I
guys
were-
try like competing in like Cold War, or no?
No, not in Cold War.
The
we
last thing that we thought about competing in was Black Ops 4.
we have tried
Well,
on a couple of
that was
separate
a
occasions
lightweight
to compete in Call of
imagination
Duty.
state, but
We
done it
lightweight
twice.
tried to compete in Black Ops 4. We were like, maybe. And then when World War II was out, we like hardcore tried to compete in that game, and it did
And that
not
game
go
was
well.
So good. The beta was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, well,
that
that was
game was
when
just
that was
dog
when
shit.
they didn't announce any Halo events for like 3 months, and they were trying to make us like the competitive playlist was like the nerfed BR and the Gunfighter Magnum, and they were like,
yeah, we were
use it,
like,
Oh,
and we were
yeah.
like, no, we're gonna go play COD. Sorry.
yeah,
But-
and like you're right, we played the beta, and the beta was awesome.
The
so
beta
we're
was
like,
fire,
the
and that
new
game was
COD's gonna
ass.
be- yeah, the new COD's gonna be sick, and it wasn't at all.
I don't know what
And-
happened, bro.
Yeah, that was like, is that late 2018 or that was 2017?
It was no, that was I guess late 2016.
Yeah, late
Early 2017?
2017. Was it
Late
2016
2017.
World War II?
Late
It had to been
2017. You're right. Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
At that point,
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't have the 2018 season announced yet with Halo and the MLG shit. That hadn't happened. We didn't
Yeah.
really know what was gonna happen with Halo 5, and it was kind of like, yeah, they were like trying to maybe make us use the like weird BR that was like terrible.
That was
Like the
that,
intentional
that was
bullet
after
spread
the
BR.
first patch, so it was nerfed and it had like the random bullet spread, so it didn't even have like it wasn't
Yeah.
even as good as it is now.
You could shoot people like, yeah, you just point at their head
Horrible.
and be
Bro.
missing.
Yeah, we ended up a little bit off topic there, but back to the Grassroots thing for a second. While we have a chance, because I don't know that we really said it, but welcome to the family, Jenathy,
Thank you.
the Grassroots
you.
family. Jen was in the last wave of Grassroots partners. There's actually an upcoming wave as well.
Yep.
They said, I think Tashu said on Twitter they were narrowing it down to the final 4 or 3 or whatever they said, or whoever was going to be the next wave. So I'm excited to see who that is.
Yeah, that's hype.
But,
Yeah, congrats, Jen.
congrats.
Also, happy
Jenathy.
International Women's Day.
yeah, it's
'cause that's today.
International Women's Day on the
Yeah.
day that we're recording this. This is going to go out on a different day, but
Totally
Right.
planned this.
yeah,
Good shit, guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
This
good
is
shit,
on
guys.
purpose.
Hope you
Only
were nice to your
one
women's.
yeah. Go tell your women's you love them.
Wherever y'all are, man. We love
Yeah.
we love our women's, and that's why we very intentionally had a women's on the podcast today. We meant to do
Oh,
it.
shit.
It was
Yep.
on purpose.
I'm gonna take double in it.
Holy shit! But
Good job, guys.
yeah, well done, everybody. Well rounded. One thing that I did want to talk about with y'all, and I didn't really have any specific direction to start, but while we've got this crew together, I've been seeing one consistent thing on Twitter the past few days, apart from the weirdos, and that is everybody's been talking about events and what the vibes are going to be like come the first Infinite event, and I just wanted to vocalize for the 9 millionth time how much I fucking miss tournaments because oh my god, it has been forever and a half since we've been to a Halo tournament.
Well over a year since I've traveled for a tournament. Like
I cannot even remember it. Plus, it's even weird now because of like it's been a whole pandemic and shit, and now the vibes are so different, and the world is so different. It feels weird.
The last event was Anaheim, right? And then Justin and Jenn were there. Clay and I didn't make it to that one, but then we were at DreamHack, which is the previous one before that, and that was the last one I went to.
Yeah, which was late 19.
Clay died the night before.
Yeah, it was a fucking tragedy. I was supposed to go to Anaheim, had my flight booked and everything, and
he paid for his part of the Airbnb.
Yeah, I paid for my portion of the Airbnb too. And then literally the night before, I got sick as shit. Which my uncle, who is a physician, later theorized was me getting COVID, and we didn't realize it because we didn't know what the fuck it was at the time. So,
damn,
who fucking knows? That shit was in like February of
early
February.
2020.
Late February. Yeah,
late February of 2020, which was like right before all the shit kicked off. So
could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
But yeah, we miss fucking tournaments, and on God, that first Infinite tournament is gonna slap. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if nobody else is having fun, or if everybody else is being a bitch. We're making that tournament slap.
Clay's having fun.
I'm not having it, bro.
Everybody's bitching at each other.
It's been too damn long.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, if I see any fights in the open bracket, if there's some bullshit or anybody's beefing, I'm not having it.
Hey, do you understand? I'm trying to have a good time here.
Thanks, bro. And on God, if somebody brings up who has more influence between Ninja and Jeff Goldblum, I will fucking lose it.
Jen, answer the question. Answer the question.
Oh my God.
Who has more influence, Jeff Goldblum? Or is that the wrong answer?
I don't even remember
that is the right answer.
I don't even remember who was on which side of the argument. So, picture this, Jen. We're at a Halo tournament in Dallas. All right, it's DreamHack Dallas. All the boys are there. We got an Airbnb. It was like me, Justin, Dallas Shaw, Cole, the usual suspects. Lalo was in and out. And for whatever reason, I don't remember how it came up, but like Thursday or Friday, like literally like the first day of the event, somebody brought up who had more influence or who was more famous.
No, that's not what happened.
Or...
Well, hold on.
I don't know who remembers it.
So first of all, motherfucking
I know
Jeff
y'all
Goldblum
remember this.
was there, right? Jeff Goldblum was there shooting his limited series.
Jeff Goldblum was there,
as we know it now.
Fuck.
Jeff Goldblum was standing there.
Saw him.
Like just
we tried to video bomb
away,
it, but it didn't make the cut.
He's like recording his thing, and there's a little bit of crowd gathered around, right? And you know, some people are looking at Jeff Goldblum, us included, but it wasn't like a crazy mob. And this is at the time Ninja was like at the peak of his celebrity. Like he is Ninja, okay?
Yeah.
Because this was,
and I said something.
This was
to
like
the effect
summer of 2019.
I said something to the effect of, "Could you imagine if Ninja was here, though?" And then somehow that started breaking out into a conversation about the celebrity comparison to Jeff Goldblum and Ninja. And at some point, I said I would argue at this point that Ninja has more influence than Jeff Goldblum. Because Ninja was at the peak of his celebrity, he could tweet something out and pretty much like... He could tweet like some shitty indie game is like, this game's great. And then it would have, you know, popped the fuck off at the time because so many people were just like, invest in it. Anyways, it's a really stupid point. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Justin and I got into this dumb heated argument that lasted like 4 hours over this. I don't know why either one of us were so invested. I don't know why we got so invested in this stupid. Like I could give a fuck about this, right? Because like now it's like who cares? But
I remember that was the day when you guys walked ahead, and me and Shaw were walking from like the parking lot. I was like, "Can you believe this motherfucker? He's over here saying that Ninja is more influential than Jeff Goldblum. I was like, fuck that show. And he was like, yeah, I don't know, man.
That beef lasted the weekend.
Dumbest shit.
Fuck that guy.
Plus, Justin is a naturally antagonizing kind of person. So whenever there's beef in the air, bro, Justin is just gonna just be fucking with you the whole time. Pole's just walking up in front, and like Justin's way behind him. He's like yelling where you can hear. It's like, what a fucking idiot.
That shit's funny. The event after that, though, was Atlantic City, where I actually met Jenn for the first time, the only time.
Yeah, for the record, we've been.
Which
how long have we all been homies with Jenn?
I don't know. You know, it's funny. I asked her to tell the story of how she got here because I can't really remember.
Right.
Like,
well,
I think I just appeared one day.
I remember how I met Jenn. Because I was supposed to, be, coaching y'all in the female pro league.
Yeah.
This was like 5 years ago. This is a long ass time ago. And I knew a couple of the chicks that were gonna be playing in it, and they were like, "Yo, coach our team," and I was like, "Sure." And so I signed on to do this shit and ended up in like hell group chats with female pro league people. And one of them was the team and shit. And so I remember like the first or second time that I had ever talked to Jenn, there was some kind of like bullshit going on, and Eric and I had to like mediate some like drama and shit, and I was trying to like instigate. It was a good ass time. But yeah, that's how. Yeah, bro. Eric, that's how I met Eric. Eric was being all level-headed and shit. I don't know. Somebody was having an argument or something. Eric was being all level-headed and nice and being like, "Yeah, man, I don't know. You just talk and work it out and whatever else." And I was like, just sliding in there like, "I don't know, man. Maybe somebody should get dropped." Just trying to sow chaos and shit, you know.
That was like the first time I think I ever competed, so I was like, yo, we got a coach and shit. Like, I was like, you got an OG name, and then I like pulled up your profile or heard you talking. I was like, can this kid even drive?
Yep.
What is this?
little baby ass kid. Because that was forever and a half ago, bro. That was like right after Halo 5 came out and shit, or maybe like a year into it or something.
It was like a year into it, I think. Yeah.
But that's pretty crazy.
Damn.
Like 15, bro.
So I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast, but at Atlantic City, it's Sunday morning, and Clay and I are still in the doubles tournament, so we got to go play. This is the first time I played multiple days at a tournament in terms of like the team play, right? Because you might do an FFA and then you're 4 shit, but like we're still in the bracket the next day.
First time
so I'm waking
Sunday.
Up, first of all, trying to not, because we were up way too fucking late because that's what you do at events. First of all, we had to wake up on time. Then Clay and I ran out real quick, tried to get some food. We were both like just sitting there in the diner, like, and then, we got fed, got zoinked, headed into the thing.
We saw Kelly there too at the diner.
Yeah, met K Matify. So I'm sitting there, I'm getting warmed up, trying to get myself in the right headspace. We're top 8 right now, playing for top 6. It's a big moment for me. I want to do well. I'm focusing up. I start feeling a little clammy. I need to go to the bathroom. Like, I'm gonna go take a piss, but I don't really need. That's not really why. I'm just trying to like, maybe splash some water in my face. Try to like, just relax. So I go in there, and I'm just like staring at myself in the mirror. Then like a fucking movie, Tommy Say Wilson comes over, just walks into the bathroom, and that's my dog. So he's like, "What's up, man?" I'm talking to him for a minute. I'm like, "Yeah, I better play for top 6 and this and that." And he's like, "Bro, you got this. You got this top 6. You know what, Cole? You got this top 4. I was like, "Thanks, Tommy." And then he was like, "Yeah." And then he left. I don't even know if he really walked in there. It could have been a figment of my imagination, but that's how it went. And then I'm like,
on the way there.
That's some sports
I got my
movie
lose
shit.
yourself moment. I'm staring in the mirror like, I'm ready. Finally walk the fuck out. I'm heading back to my station. So focused, lasered. And then somebody kicks me in the fucking shin. And then who was it? But Lady Jennifer. took me completely out of my zone for a second, and I was like, my initial reaction was to get really pissed off because I was like, "Who the fuck?" Like,
yeah. So I was gonna say,
I literally would have run away. I wouldn't even look you in the eye. I would have ran away. You probably would have tweeted about it and be like, "Yeah, who did that?"
There's Jenn and Eric, and they pulled up chairs behind us, and then they watched us.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah.
Cole and I got to kick it with Jenn and Eric for a little bit at Atlantic City. Not even for that long, really. I think y'all watched us yell at some kids in open bracket for a minute, and we like hung out for a second. And that was it. But then Justin got to kick it with y'all in Anaheim, which
Anaheim sounded sick.
I was sad boy. I missed that one.
Tell us a fun Anaheim story, you two.
Yeah, what the fuck went down there, dude?
Something that we haven't heard on this podcast before.
Shaw hasn't said shit since he came back.
Oh.
What the fuck happened there?
Jenn really hates me because Eric likes me more, and she will not let it down. Actually, that reminds me. All right.
For the record, we're fans of Eric on this podcast.
Big fan of Eric.
Exactly.
Wavelengths.
All right.
We just got it. We asked Jenn to be on in hopes that Eric might show up.
Thanks, dude. Yo, I can't actually do it. But like this red bitch might.
We all DM Jenn at the same time to see, just to like make sure that she knows that she's getting invited to the podcast. And she responds to me. She responds to me only if it's to replace you, you piece of shit. What is this?
Yeah, Clay and I got nice responses.
I was like, what the fuck? So and I was like, so you only came at me sideways? She responds to me, you tried to steal my man. I haven't made peace with it yet. I was like, he held my hand. Like, he held my hand, bro. And he paid for that. And like, she goes, Daddy puts the strap on for punishment. And she goes, okay, ew. Just laugh.
Oh shit.
So gross.
I just went, whoa. This is going on the podcast.
Oh shit. I forgot. Wait, did I say that?
Dude, that's what you said.
God.
Check
Dude, I literally, something possessed me, man. That doesn't sound like me at all.
Oh my god, bro.
That shit killed me.
No, that shit's funny.
No, because it's great. That's great.
It is a great story.
Yeah, Eric's gonna be on the next episode. Don't worry.
Me and Eric were fucking each other. We're fucking each other. We're fucking with each other.
My ear!
Yo, I was about to say, to be candid, it's hella gay shit that goes on in tournaments, but I wasn't gonna say that.
Clay and I kissed it at Worlds, but we did. That was it.
Yeah. And that's on a video. That's in a video on Talkman's channel.
I still have it screenshotted on my phone. Just in case I need it, bro.
So anyway, you were fucking who, Justin?
Me and Eric were fucking with each other.
You just play with each other?
And like, what was it? We got into the Uber because we were driving to the event, I think. We were driving somewhere. I don't know where we were.
I wasn't there, bro.
I think we were going from breakfast to the event, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking, I get into the car, and Jenn and Eric get in in the way back, and then me and Kayla and Shaw get in, and I go to get my seatbelt because I'm a responsible passenger, and I go like that. I swear to God, perfectly. I throw my hand back. Eric's hand's right here, like ready to catch my hand. And I turn around and go, what the fuck? He just whispers in my ear. He goes, I got you. I was like, what the fuck? And she goes, Eric. He's like, what?
I love it, dude.
Oh my god, that shit killed me, bro.
It's fucking good.
I was dying. It was like a 15-minute ride to like wherever we were going, and I was crying the entire time. It was so funny to me.
Holy shit, bro! That man Eric is a clown.
That shit killed me.
He really is.
Wait,
so
was Anaheim? So was Anaheim the only Reach event?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be another, but then
They played one Reach event on PC.
Yep.
I was low key. Cole and I have had conversations about this before about like low key when we look back on like this period in between like H5 and Infinite of like this weird ass time in Halo history. Like after we're back to all the regular shit, playing Infinite and whatever. Like those weird fucking couple years when we played like Halo 3 and there was like one Reach PC event and shit. Already played Halo 4 online for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and we all struggled and scraped the bottom of the barrel as content creators, and hopefully that'll be over with.
Yeah.
But
3
it
people
seems
have.
like
I wasn't gonna say that shit.
I left. Got the
Well,
fuck out of there.
Yeah, but yeah, Clay and I talked about it a lot. When we were like eating PB&Js and shit for like weeks straight, because that's like literally how we were like saving money and shit. And we were like,
Good old days.
as we were saying it, like through tears, we're like, we're gonna remember these days fondly because this is, we're like
It's just
eating another fucking sandwich. But
the
no, I
saddest
mean,
shit.
like we were like paying attention to that now. Like, I don't know, you hear people that like make it big. I'm not saying we're gonna make it big, but like to the point where like it was harder and you were like making it work with less and stuff. That's like usually the part that like sticks out to you and you're like, yeah, man, good times. Doesn't always feel like it in the moment though. But yeah.
Nobody ever knows, bro. But
Yep.
to take a little bit of a left turn and to set the record straight, what do we think is the best Marvel movie?
Winter Soldier.
On God?
Either that or Infinity War, but I feel like they're not on like the same plane. I don't know.
I say Civil War.
Yeah, I think Civil War.
I agree with what you said though, Jen. And
I do agree with what you said.
Because Cole and I had this conversation a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've had this conversation several times. But when you talk
Maybe
about
for
like
this podcast.
right, when you talk about like the MCU movies and shit, it's like it feels weird to call like Infinity War and like Endgame like movies because both of those movies are just like crazy shit's happening the whole time and like that's the story. It's just look at all the crazy shit that's happening.
But there's so much context built up, that's why it works.
Right.
And you don't need a lot of questions answered because they've already established it. So like yeah, we were kind of talking like so some movies are like hard to rate because like it's setting things up and things haven't really happened yet. So like Endgame and Infinity War we kind of omitted from our options because they're like
Right.
the big finish,
Yeah.
So we're just like
Saying like if you
yeah,
had to pick a
those don't
singular
count. But
movie.
we figure with Civil War, like I personally think Baron Zemo is one of my favorite villains. I really liked it. And then you have so many Avengers in that movie. You have like really good conflict. Story's good. You empathize with a lot of characters, and so you're pulled in multiple directions. You like the relationship with Bucky and Cap, but also you like Cap's doing this thing to be noble and helping Bucky just because he's a good dude. But also you see the other side and shit, and they're friends and they're beating the shit out of each other. It's just a good movie. Black Panther shows up, Spider-Man shows up.
Yeah.
Sick.
That's true.
I mean,
and I got to agree with that shit. I think like pound for pound in terms of like what you're looking for in a Marvel movie, I think that like Civil War is just the most like rock solid you can get in terms of like characters and like everybody had clear motivations and everybody like it made sense what everybody did. The story was compelling and all that shit. And then in the end,
tons of great action.
Yeah.
The scene where Cap and Bucky flee from the apartment.
Oh, it's fire. Oh, it's fire.
Yeah.
Which is why
so sick.
Which is why I'm so excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, dude, that shit looks lit. Yeah.
WandaVision. We can't quite talk about WandaVision. Sorry to cut you off. I'll let you talk in a second.
Yeah, no, you're good.
We can't quite talk about WandaVision yet on the podcast because it's still kind of like the end just happened and shit. Plus, Cole hasn't even seen the last episode and shit.
Yeah, I have the last episode to finish still.
So we will get around to talking about that shit at some point, but we're still like it was like Infinity War, like when that shit just happened. It's like you can't talk about it for like
a bit so people can catch up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Including
But
myself.
for the record, WandaVision's fire.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty fun. I would describe it as.
Anyway,
it's
sorry.
More of like a lightweight type shit so far. I haven't seen the end, so.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to setting the actual facts straight. With I'm not a fucking serial killer.
Justin,
I'm just
Justin,
that funny.
hold on. Let me just say real quick. Justin kills people for fun. In his free
What?
time, he kills people, and this
I'll
is
let
evidence of that.
I'll let y'all set it up, and I'll give the conclusion.
Clay, do you remember the context of the night, or was it just literally another night? Well, Justin was there. Was it New Year's?
Yeah, no.
Justin, why were you there?
No, yeah, it was New Year's.
I flew in from New Year or the day after Christmas. No, I flew in from Christmas to New Year's.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
Yeah, you didn't stay.
It was when we were at the second CX house.
He's left on New
with
Year's
Jesse.
Eve like a freak.
Yeah. But it was when we were at the second CX house with Jesse. And I was like lightweight living there, so I was there for the most part. And since we wanted to like all kick it with the boys, since we rarely get the chance of like the three of us to all be in one spot, and also since everybody else was in Georgia at the time, we were like, Justin's gonna fly in for a few days, and we're gonna all kick it with the boys for New Year's, Christmas, I don't know, whatever we use as the excuse. We're like, I don't know, we're just gonna hang out and vibe for a few days. That was the reason why Justin came down to shit. So we were gonna kick it for New Year's.
It wasn't exactly New Year's Day because it was one of the last days Justin was there, even though he decided to fly out.
It was like the
on
30th or
31st.
some shit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like the 30th. We pop over to Dallas's house, which was the previous CX house, and so that's
Dallas
just
was
like
like, we'll
5
have
minutes
a
away from
fucking
where
New
we were.
Year's party.
Yeah, so we go over there, and at the time, was Daniel living there yet? I don't even know if he was.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, I think he was.
He must have just moved in. Anyway, so we just had a bunch of people over there, and got intoxicated, and maybe a little high. So we're just having a good time, posse vibes, hanging with the bros, and I don't know. I can't really remember how we got to the point, but Justin was sitting on the couch, I think in the middle, if I'm not mistaken, and then Clay and I were on either side of you.
Previously, so we're some stoner ass motherfuckers. We're pretty lightweight and casual about the shit, but we went out back, smoked a little bit, and came back inside. And when we went back inside, Justin stayed his ass put outside.
Hold up.
Didn't that happen after the fact?
Let's stop. No, it was before.
Okay.
Let's stop
So
it.
I thought it was
Let's
after.
stop it one more time. Justin had just broken up with Kayla. It was hard times. She broke up with me.
Justin's down horrendous.
Down tremendous. Down apocalyptic.
Exactly. And I was like, fuck this. I want to stay at fucking Christmas over here. Fuck this town. So I flew out as soon as I could, which was those days. I was like, hey, because that's all I had enough money for was those 2 days. And I flew out there, and I was like, I'm just going to hang with the boys. Fuck everyone. I hate everyone. But I showed up, I was like, hey, what's up?
Yay! We're gonna get some Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, exactly. We going to Bolas? Let's go.
I got your Zach Souls.
So then apparently, all right, at some point when we're getting past the smoking portion, we're gonna go back inside. Justin starts getting his filios and sits outside in a tall chair for a bit.
So sad. What is wrong with this podcast?
Look, all right. Well, this part's not. I mean,
sad, but it's over. It's over now.
You were outside for like half an hour, chilling by yourself. We all came inside. We're like, "Yo, you want to come in?" You're like, "No, I'm good." We left him alone.
Yeah,
he's clearly down bad.
Kind of skated over that part. This man was outside by himself in a chair, outside, looking at the ground in the cold.
December 30th, so it was cold
for like half an hour.
In Georgia, so it's not that cold, but it's at least like in the 40s.
The light wasn't even on out there.
He's probably not wearing a jacket, so I don't know.
The light wasn't even on out there. Sitting in the darkness.
Just vibing, thinking about life.
Chilling. Anyways, so he eventually. So I think, yeah, that's why Clay and I are posted on each side of the couch, because Justin's outside. He finally comes in, opens the sliding door, comes down, sits in between us. And then I'm like, yo, Justin, you good? And this is what he did. This dude's a fucking freak, okay?
It's so funny.
He turns towards me. Hold on, I was on this right side. He turns towards me this way. Yo, all right. Justin, ask me if I'm good, so we'll roll reverse here.
Okay. Yo, Cole, you good?
That's what he did, and then he went. He went.
No,
and just went right back to normal.
Deadass. For those of you that
it was the freakiest shit. In the moment, I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I have to admit something. Being Reversing roles, that was fucking terrifying.
Yep.
That's what you did.
That's what it
And
was.
then after the fact, we're all like, "You fucking freak! What the hell's wrong with you?" You're like, "Dude, I did it to be funny. I was just joking." We're like, "No, you weren't, dude.
Bro.
What the fuck?"
Yeah, for the record, those of you that are listening, if you didn't get to see that shit, Cole just looked real down and then real suddenly had a crazed look in his eyes like a fucking serial
He
killer.
opened his eyes
which
wide
is
as hell.
Exactly what
Opened
Justin
his
did to
mouth
us,
and
bro.
smiled wide as hell,
And
and
it
then
was-
just like violently shook
He
his head.
shook his head and it was, and then went right back like nothing had happened. Freaky as hell, bro.
I don't believe you. I will never believe you.
No, because we're just sitting there on the couch watching TV and shit, and Justin just
Oh,
looking
shit.
around the room, just.
Okay, alright. Now, Jen, in the context,
Freaky as shit,
I'm not gonna
bro.
win this anymore. If I win this, I'm actually surprised. But in the context of like, okay, so me, Jen, and Brett, and a bunch of other people, like we were playing Among Us, and we're having a good time, and we had our webcams on, and like for people, everyone knows how to play Among Us. You fucking mute your mic, right?
Right.
And anytime I would be with Jen or Brett, I'd fuck with them a lot. And like, what was it that I was doing? I was just like moving really fast behind you?
I don't know.
Or, like,
I think you were just going
moving at
like,
the same time.
yeah, we were going step by step.
Yeah, we were taking it step by step, and like we were just dying the entire time. And I fucking find Brett, and I'm not the killer, and I think Brett's the killer, and we think that each other are the killer at the same time, and we both stop, like dead in our tracks, and then we look into the camera and just start dying because it was all at the same time. So it's like with that context, you know I'm gonna fuck with you. It's like because the way that I try to like the way that I think of things whenever I think about like doing some sort of joke.
It's
Is
like, how can I
almost
make
think
this
that-
not funny at all, but weird as fuck?
I try to think of like what does the other person see? I wasn't mean to shake my head if I did. That's just
No, dude, you violently shook your head. That's why I don't believe you. If you just turn to it,
Scary as shit.
That's
Yeah,
why- okay.
you didn't look at us and make a face. You look at us and like you were possessed or had some kind of reaction or
you
something.
look like Gary
bro.
Busey in the mirror, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You're doing great.
great.
This shit was terrifying, bro. I see that shit in my dreams.
Oh my god. So you believe me? Do you think I did it on purpose?
No, I will
I think you're
never.
insane.
I will never ever believe that you did that shit on purpose, bro.
Dude, so
I did not.
That was
did not
like
know.
that was like the Gacy look, bro.
I played Among Us for the first time the other night with my siblings. They like set it up. We got a Zoom call.
Wait,
and we
really?
played. Yeah, it's fun. So I did that. My sister Kylie was following me around, and I'm freaking out. She's following me,
Yeah,
so I'm running.
she's always
She's
been
following
sketchy.
me. I'm shattering her ankles, making sure she doesn't get close. Meanwhile, the whole
Put her on
time I'm like,
fucking
ah,
skates.
like freaking out. Then somebody finds a body or pushes a button. I don't know what happened, but we get to the voting part, and I'm immediately like, "Yo, fucking Kylie, she's chasing me the whole time. Like, what the fuck? That was sketch as hell." I'm saying like she would not get off my ass. I was freaking out. And then she's like, "No, it wasn't me." Like all this, and I was like, "Explain yourself right now. Why the fuck were you following me?" And she's like, "I don't know." That we all voted her ass off, and she wasn't the imposter. I have no idea what she was doing.
she was just nervous. She didn't know what the hell she was doing. She
She
just
said I
got
was
killed.
following you to make sure we were safe together. I was like, dude, I was horrified. You were just chasing me.
Kicked
Shit.
your ass off the island and shit.
Yeah, that shit was pretty fun.
Oh my god.
Ah, fuck that game. Dude, everyone votes me off. When I'm telling the truth, no one believes me. When I'm the impostor, like, I'm saying
I
I've
caught
never
on to
really
that
played
quick.
that game
Lying.
once.
I'm
it.
like, go ahead, vote for me. Go ahead. You look stupid. Do it. Like, and then
I
they
either
do, and I'm
die
like,
first or
see,
voted off
dumbass.
first. I can't win.
That's what I do.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's no Halo 5.
I think we would be the worst at playing Among Us. Like me, Cole, and Clay. It would just be constant arguing.
No,
No, you're fucking stupid. You're so goddamn stupid right now. You're a fucking idiot.
I
You're
was
so-
rewiring. I was rewiring.
How can I
Dude.
stream it then?
Yeah, no,
Why
well,
is it funny?
So
no, because
toxic.
regardless of who would be who, we would just kill the others
No, it would
each
Yeah.
time.
We
Just-
should.
It's
We should
him.
definitely. We should get some I don't know, some people that we should like Jen here and other people.
Get the crew
Do it.
together and run some
Yeah.
games and shit. I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
we can get
say
voted off first. Let's go.
I was gonna bring that up actually, low key. But I was gonna say one of the things that I feel like we don't do a whole lot, and this is I say we as just like I don't know content creators in general, mainly in Halo and shit. But I feel like with all the homies that we have, we don't do nearly enough shit together. You know what I'm saying? We don't do nearly enough collaborative content and stuff. So,
Yeah.
low key, and obviously there ain't a whole lot of shit to do right now. But I think going forward and in the future and shit, I think that'd be a good thing to focus on.
Yeah, I mean, maybe us Halo streamers can get onto that, like what like Ninja and Tim the Tapman, all those guys do, like during the evening they just play like those type like indie
Party
games
games
and
and
shit together
shit.
and fucking
Yeah.
Monopoly.
fun,
Uno.
goofing off and making jokes about dicks.
ahead,
I don't know.
Penises.
Yeah.
Dick jokes.
Was waiting for it.
Dick jokes. Yeah. It was dicks.
What else are we good for?
Nothing.
But speaking of,
Again, so sad.
You don't come here to feel good. That's
That's
not why we're here.
best now. Speaking of, did you guys happen to see Courage's tweet the other day about Halo
Yes.
and battle royales and shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Whatever the fuck he said.
He was like, he tweeted, so I'm paraphrasing, guys, but it was Jack Courage Dunlop, so we're clear, tweeted at Halo, some like, Halo's been my favorite game forever, and if Halo Infinite doesn't release with a fully fledged BR, then it's it's like the misfire of the century, missing out on a huge opportunity. Thanks, Halo, have a great day, or something like that.
Right. Initial reactions. What do y'all think about that shit?
I think he's kind of right at this point. Yeah. Whenever people were saying that at the beginning, I didn't agree with it because BRs were still kind of like a trend. It wasn't like a long-standing thing.
Right.
So like whenever people were saying that at first, I was like, that's kind of dumb because like you don't know how long until shit just dies out and no one gives a shit about BR anymore. But at this point,
yeah, it's
kind
not
of
going anywhere.
I kind of agree.
I think, I mean, realistically, I think what we can expect, considering that they haven't hinted at it at all, why would they not want to build the hype now, knowing that like that would come later this year?
Well,
So,
they
like-
kind of did. There were those couple tweets, and they were like, you know, that bullshit. They were saying like only the hottest of drops and shit, and they tweeted both those things,
Yeah.
and like both of them like blew up. And then they had all the popular BR guys, like even Nick Merckx was like, this is basically a confirmation now. If they don't do it, then this is bullshit. And they were lying or some shit. Like I'm taking that as a confirmation. So I don't even know what the fuck to think anymore.
That's a dumb way to think about it, but I would expect that if we get it, probably won't be at launch. I would think it might be like coming out like next year or something. Like it's supposed to be a 10-year title, so
because
with like Warzone and shit.
They released like a couple months after.
But I will say that my thinking has shifted because I think a year ago or a couple years ago, I definitely I would have. I mean, even up until this point, I probably would have just been like, nah, fuck the BR. I don't need a BR or like even really want one because BRs have never been my thing. And also I've never felt like something that we like necessarily needed. But especially after the last year of sitting around and not doing shit, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, fuck it, yeah, hell yeah, I'll play a BR. I don't care.
I mean, I think a Halo one would be
Plus,
sick for every reason.
I have to agree.
Imagines.
Right, I was gonna say I have to agree. Halo just has like the best like setup like for a BR, and like a Halo BR would just be so sick. So like,
but assuming you have like base shields the way they work in Halo, just recharging like that, and then you can take cover, get your shields back, and keep fighting. Like if that works just like that, like that would be such a brilliant way for like, because that would make it like Apex, except your dumbass doesn't have to be running around going
right and
to get your shields back.
Right,
you can just keep moving, and then you'd have like these longer fights that actually take some teamwork and skill, and then just actually be good. And like overshields, I'm sure that type of shit will exist, and that's fine. It should be there, but like health packs will probably be there too, because you have like if you have underneath health and you have to heal it with health packs, but you still have shields, like that's good.
Yeah,
but shields should be a thing.
I think shield should be a thing, and health should be like something like a pickup item for
just
sure.
Like Reach.
Yeah,
like that. and you're good. I think it'll be really good. I also think projectiles should be a thing in that. If they do it like
Oh, yeah.
Warzone and it's like a separate like entity, even though it's Call of Duty Warzone, but it's not Modern Warfare and it's not Cold War, it's Warzone.
Right.
Even though it's kind of both of those
Yeah.
at the same time. Like if they do it like that, and then hopefully, because with Halo, I mean, hit scan at distance, that's gonna be bad. Like that's bad. That's not because like on Reach on PC, like the DMR is free. You can shoot literally any range, and you're just beaming.
Oh
And,
yeah.
like, you need to have like
that was
it should be
one thing.
projectile.
Going back to
all
Reach
weapons
was a
should be-
reality check.
Yeah,
We went back to Reach, we played that shit, and people are just getting mapped, and everybody's getting fived, and nobody's missing a fucking bullet, just getting sniped. And we're like, okay, this is
so-
lame.
I literally started playing Reach with the mentality of like, if I don't have first shot, I'm running.
Right?
And that's
You
what I
start.
started
You gotta
doing.
play that shit like SWAT, bro.
Yeah, and like if I have first shot, I'm gonna 5 you because there's no way you're like I'm just not gonna miss. I'm just gonna walk at you.
Right?
What are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna go. That's
Exactly.
it.
Ain't no options. But I think at this point, I think it would be dope if Halo had a BR. I think I'd be cool with it, and I think I'd play the shit out of it. At this point, I don't care. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe
I don't know.
yeah.
I half agree with Courage because like it shouldn't be a main priority. Main priority should be like multiplayer and like getting the comp shit out. But like if you want new players to join, especially like the younger crowd, like they're into BRs, like Fortnite and shit like that. So you need to bring in like more people. But
Right.
I don't know, like
And
more
Warzone too, like just in general, like the concept of BRs has held up and is still banging. So
or you need
Yeah.
like new people. But like I don't know, they delayed Infinite a year, so I feel like with that delay they should be able to release a BR like off launch. Like I don't know.
right,
Wasn't
it's
expecting too much, but
right.
I'm not
It's weird because we obviously have no idea what the situation is or how far anybody was set back by this or that, or the
Right.
pandemic or whatever. So we don't even know where the hell, what kind of state the game is in. But hopefully, like, obviously, because the last couple Halo games, there's been, you know, with MCC, the shit didn't work, and then with Halo 5, there wasn't enough shit to do. So hopefully, the main thing that I want, that I'm hoping for, is just a complete game. It's a solid experience by itself that we can enjoy out of the box that doesn't have to be either fixed or upgraded at a later point.
Here's my thing with Dunlop's tweet. I didn't like how matter of fact it was, but maybe that's just me personally. But you know what? Like nobody said that about Valorant. You know why did nobody
You
say
just
that
don't
about
like
Valorant?
when people take attitude
and Valorant
in their tweets. Feel like he's
No,
being
it's just
sassy
like,
towards you.
Why does Halo have to have that? Like
Sure.
Valorant didn't, Valorant doesn't, and it's still huge. Still one of the biggest games in recent years. Like
I think it's
and
because
Halo's
like,
trying to hit that same free to play model type thing where it's like, you know,
I straight up think it's because it's who it's compared to. Because
Mhm.
like Valorant is compared to CS, and like
Yeah.
CS did drop a battle royale, but no one really gave a shit. They just cared about CS. So like that's its comparison. So
but Halo's never. Well, you know, why does Halo have to be? It's an
Yeah,
arena shooter, you know.
I
it
don't
was on top at once, I think. It was like the franchise. you
Right.
know? They
because
just
of the-
wanted to restore back to like the glory days, I guess.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like that's
maybe.
that's the only reason why.
I'd be fine with it, but I agree with Jen. Like, that to me should not be a priority. I mean, at this point with the delay, like you need to, because there are a lot of people that are waiting on it, us included. Like, you need to get that out so people can play the damn game that you've been talking about forever. And
Right.
yeah, if it's supposed to be a 10-year title, then they have time to add a battle royale in later.
And keep in mind,
Be fine.
that opinion is coming from us as Halo fans.
Yeah.
So that's just what we would like to see. Objectively, like if you a BR would be nothing but good things because that's just gonna bring hella more people to the game. But yeah, just as Halo fans, that's just kind of how we look at the situation. And like I said, I just want the game to work and be good and shit above all else off launch and shit like that.
Yeah, and to another point against what I just said, like a good example of a good game that's really well polished but nobody gives a shit is like Titanfall 2. And then they made Apex, which is watered down Titanfall, but still basically Titanfall. And Apex is one of the biggest PRs. So like nobody gave a shit about what they were doing over there.
Sure.
Until
Apex was like a side game that they did.
Yep. And then
It's kind of like,
yeah,
yeah, you guys can like make this. It's fine. It's whatever.
they were like supposed to be working on Titanfall 3 and then like canceled that to like focus on Apex
Yep.
and shit. So like
Apex was
I
Apex
mean, it's
2,
not
I
my cup
remember
of
the
tea,
beta,
but
which was
Right,
nasty.
it's
People be
not mine
grinding it.
either. But if you know, if it's a Halo BR and it comes out and it bangs, then I'm
I would
fucking
like to
here
have
for it.
options. You know, maybe I want to stream the BR for a bit. Maybe I want to go back to matchmaking. You know, for me, when I play BRs, like when I was playing Warzone, it was like this is pretty fun, but I hate that I have to run 25 miles before I get into a fight. I hate that I got to spend all this time looting. I'm just gonna go play multiplayer so I can shoot people. And so, like, assuming that similar thing will happen to me in Halo, then it'll be fun to have the option to go play it. And then I'll probably be like, this is kind of fun, but I like having more action in playing Halo like the way I like to. So then I'll probably just go back to matchmaking and play some more of that. But it'll
Right.
be cool to have an option.
Actually,
And
I
maybe
was
if it's fucking sick, then I won't feel that way and I'll just like the BR, you know? So
Right.
I did used to grind PUBG. Like I'm
I
capable.
was paying attention to all of the responses as well to Courage's tweet, and I was actually listening to I think it was somebody brought up I heard like a secondhand account. It was like through the esports talk or some shit, talking about what Doc was saying about it, and was talking about how because Halo's always been like a more it's always been an arena shooter, that like if you had like 150 or 200 players instead of like 100 players in a Halo battle royale and had it be more fast paced and more arena based and shit like that. And I thought that was a cool point.
That's actually really cool thinking about that.
Yeah. So, but there's different ways that it could work, and so regardless of whatever happens, we're just hoping for good shit for Infinite. But another thing that I saw was I can't remember. I think I saw this shit on Twitter too, but somebody asked what the first shit whenever Infinite drops, what is like the first shit that you're gonna do?
I'm gonna play multiplayer. I'm
Yeah.
late immediately going into it. I see. Like I was.
Nobody's got any funky traditions whenever the game comes
I
out.
will go into custom games on one of the maps and then jump around on it, get a feel for the game.
You're a nerd.
I do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done that since Halo 4 at midnight. Yeah. I just
Dude,
like
mine-
to make sure I get like a feel for the game, and in which in both of those cases, you got a new movement, so you got to get a little used to it. That'll be the
fair.
same case with Infinite, and then I
You're
like to
just
throw in a
buddy.
multiplayer, so that'll be. Yeah, well, I can't be going in and not going pause on my first game.
You
Yeah.
can't go neg out the gate.
Yeah, I'm goosing. Fuck it. Goosing first game.
Just gotta be that good, bro.
My shit, I always like ever since I was a little ass kid, I always played the campaigns and shit first. So I always at least play like when MCC came out, I played the Halo 2 anniversary campaign and I played that whole shit in one sitting. But usually I just like play like the first mission and shit. Like when Halo 5 came out, I just played like the first mission and like didn't play the rest of it. So that shit was ass.
It was.
But I'm gonna
Yeah.
probably be hitting up the campaign first in Infinite, and I hope for the record that the campaign slaps.
It'll be good. I hope. That's what I do first. If I don't do campaign first, I'll play like 2 matchmaking and then hop over to campaign. But I've always been a campaign kid, so.
Yeah, me too. That's where I came from as a little ass kid. So
I like playing campaign, but I heard Halo 5's was dog water, so I never bothered.
it was Dogwater's a
You're
good.
not missing
Yep.
out.
Yeah, I've played a
did it for
couple just for
achievements.
fun, like here
Yeah.
on stream.
We
I'll
were gonna
play a
do-
couple
we were
missions
gonna do
here and there,
fucking
but yeah, I don't know what the
multiplayer.
story is.
There's actually the shitty part about it
Ciao.
is there's a couple missions that are actually like really cool, but there's like 3 or 4 missions that are just like 5 minutes of walking. There's a couple that you have to fight. Plus you have to fight the same boss like 11,000 times throughout the whole ass campaign. It's not that good.
I will say, running background on the campaign, like the new like areas and places to explore with like when you're able to run around and thrust slide and do like nice stabilized shit to clamber and if you just play a lot of matchmaking, you have your
Right.
mind developed for that and you're running around the campaign. It's a lot of cool. It's just fun flying around on it. That's what I was enjoying last time I was playing it because like just running around and just literally running
Plus,
around. Bro.
I get a kick out of I get a kick out of seeing all like the multiplayer maps in campaign and shit. And cause I'm a little kid and I'm entertained easily, I think it's funny to like call out like on the campaign and shit. Y'all got anything else before I wrap this bitch up?
Fuck you, Uber Nick. There we go. That's it. Make sure you get that in there.
Yeah, fuck Nick.
Wait,
it.
Jen,
Put it
you gotta.
and then you can put that Twitter clip on there. That's the clickbait right there.
Jen, you need
Alright.
to come up with the code word to tell our comments to write. At the end of the podcast, we always give them a little phrase.
Yeah, at the end of the
See if they made
podcast,
it.
we always try to come up with. I mean, I think we haven't done this every episode, but we're trying
I feel
to.
like I feel like we did this once, maybe twice,
Like
and
a
We did it
We used
last
to do it-
episode.
We used to do it on the Jabronis cast every time.
Yeah.
So
But if you listen
Yeah.
this far, we always give them like a code where like if you listen this far, comment
Zucchini?
zucchini.
I don't know. That's the first thing that popped in my mind.
no, that's perfect. It just
no one's
something
gonna
weird.
that shit.
Zucchini, bro.
Everyone's looking that up on Google.
Made it this far. Leave
Spell
us,
zucchini
leave
right
us a
now.
good old zucchini, bro.
Zucchini.
No one asked you, bitch. You were waiting.
You
for
just
that.
said it. You said spell zucchini right now.
I said Clay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just
Cole was
Nope.
waiting for it, bro. I saw it. I saw it in his eyes. He was thinking about how to spell
Yeah,
it.
zucchini.
yeah, zucchini, bro. That's how you spell that shit. But anyway, we appreciate y'all listening, and thank you, Jenathy, for coming on and kicking it with us for a little bit. Y'all should know who Jen is, but just in case you don't, where can they check your shit out?
Twitch.tv/Echidna.
Oh
Can
yeah,
you
Stay
spell
away from my
Echidna for us?
Twitter.
yeah. Can you? Yeah, do you know how to spell that?
Echidna?
Yeah.
ECHIDNA,
Word.
right?
Word.
Can we double check that, Justin?
Yeah.
Was that good?
Spell check.
Yeah.
Since he's
Yeah.
Thanks.
the spelling bee runner.
The spelling
or
sheriff.
whatever.
Tequila and the bee over there. Yeah.
The spelling sheriff. That's Justin.
That's me.
But yeah, Jen, we appreciate you coming on and shit. So yeah, everybody go check out Jen's shit, and blow her shit up with zucchinis. But yeah, we appreciate y'all listening. Get after us in the comments, and if you're listening on YouTube, remember, or if you're watching us on YouTube, remember check out the links in the description. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, all that shit. But yeah, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all listening, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace, everybody.